Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 things you didn't know have a use. There are some things we see or use every day, but some of these things have hidden features, designs, and uses that you don't know about. Some of these are so obvious, yet awesome, and you will be amazed at what you're missing every day. Before we get started, leave a like and subscribe, and comment I subscribed and I'll try to reply. Coming in at number 10, we have extra fabric. If you're a shopaholic when it comes to fashion, you'll likely have a lot of these lying around your house, with you not sure what on earth to do with them. Have you ever bought a piece of clothing and have got a small piece of fabric attached to it with a button, often in a tiny Ziploc bag? It's a common misconception this is used to sew up patches of ripped clothing. The fabric is way too small, so this is not its use. Manufacturers actually include those little samples of material so you can test how different laundry detergents work with your clothing, which is actually a very useful idea. So, next time you get one of these, don't put it in a cupboard or throw it away. Test it out. Next up we have padlock hole. Padlocks obviously include a hole where you insert your key. But have you ever looked to the bottom of your padlock and seen a small hole? What could this be? Some believe it's a way to unlock it if you lose the key, while others say it's to save the manufacturers money on metal. But these are both incorrect. That little hole is actually there for a few useful reasons. The first is that it lets water out of the lock if you're using it outdoors, so it won't rust in the rain, and it will keep it from freezing and breaking in cold weather. The hole is also used to oil the lock to keep it smooth and in full working order. So be sure to only buy locks with holes in them from now on. They're much better. Next up we have indentations in wine bottles. Have you ever noticed that fairly large indentation on the bottom of wine and champagne bottles? Some say it's so you can get a better grip while pouring, or that it saves wine companies millions by filling the bottles up less, ripping you off. But that doesn't make any sense, as even the most respected and prestigious wines have these. The reason for these indentations is due to the need for pressure compensation due to the corks that are placed on wine bottles. The sides and bottoms of bottles are weak, and if the indentation wasn't there, they'd crack due to the pressure. Champagne and sparkling wines have an even deeper indentation due to their carbonated nature, adding pressure. And there are even very subtle indentations on other drinks, such as cans of soda. Next up we have jean studs. Chances are we all own or have owned a pair of jeans in our lives. Well, on all jeans are these 3 studs. They're made of metal and look like buttons, and at a glance they appear to serve no purpose. But this is not the case. They were actually first made by the most famous jeans brand in the world, Levi's. When Levi Strauss, founder of Levi's, made his first pair of jeans, they were great, except for one problem. The seams of the trousers kept tearing. This was due to the stress being put on them by the workmen and miners who wore them. The studs strengthen the seams and make them last longer. Today the materials and production are better, so these weren't as useful as they once were. But it is a cool bit of history and something that makes jeans unique. Next up we have hole in pot handle. If you've ever cooked with a metal pot, have you ever noticed a hole in the handle? Most assume this is so you can hang your pot up. And while this is one of the hole's reasons, it is not the intended use. Imagine you're stirring some sauce and need to put your dirty spoon somewhere. But you don't want to get anywhere dirty, as that's just more cleaning for you later. So instead you insert your spoon into the hole to suspend it over the pot. This way any food will simply fall back into the pot, keeping your kitchen clean and not wasting food. Coming up next, we have bobby pin zigzag. I'm sure all girls have used a bobby pin in their hair before. We all know bobby pins for their unique design. They're straight on one side and bendy on the other. But why is this? It's actually so that you know which side should face towards your head. The zigzag side on the bottom of the pin should face towards your head. The zigzags also help the bobby pin to hold your hair better, allowing you to do more ambitious and complex things with your hair. Next up we have spike in caps. Have you ever taken a cap off a tube only to find out it has a foil seal too? You likely got a pen or pin to pierce this. Well, if you did, there was no need. If you look to the top of the cap, you will see a dent with a spike in it. Some assume that this is just for aesthetic or design, but no, this spike serves a functional and interesting use. The spike on the cap can actually be used to open those foil seals. Now you can open up anything with ease, even if it does have a protective foil on it. Coming up next is tape measure hole. Tape measures are used by professional builders or people just doing some DIY around the house. Tape measures already have some cool features, such as a serrated edge to make a mark of your measurement point. Well, another secret feature you may not have noticed in tape measures is a little hole on the end of every tape measure. This hole is used to hook screws and nails onto, making sure it's accurate and safe. This way, you can place your nail or screw in the exact right place you measured, and it will even stabilize it for added accuracy. It also means it won't slip, making it safer, as many people accidentally drill or hammer their hands when their nail or screw slips. This is one useful secret feature. Next up is hole in Converse. Converse All-Stars are one of the most classic shoes in the world. Not only are they famous for their unique style, they're also incredibly popular, and chances are you've owned a pair before. But what's the point of those two holes in the side of the shoes? If you've ever had Converse, you likely wondered this too. Well, the point of these holes is simple, yet useful. It's just for ventilation. Like many popular sneaker brands, Converses were first made for basketball. The first prototype didn't have these holes, and those who wore it complained about their feet getting hot. So they added these two holes to keep your feet cool while playing sport. Now that's something you don't learn in history class. Coming up next, we have bra front strap. Bras. Most women wear them. But here's something both men and women probably don't know about bras. Have you ever noticed the small metal strap in between the two bra cups and wondered what it was for? Well, it was actually put there for two reasons. The first is it's easier for women and men to take off from the front. That's pretty normal. But the other reason is bizarre. It's actually so that you can quickly take it off and use it as a face mask in the event of an emergency. This is an odd idea and is only on a few bras. However, it has apparently proved useful before, so don't knock it before you try it. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for the most amazing use. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, subscribe to Top 10s.